The following video is sponsored by DraftKings Sportsbook.
Yo, NFL fans, are we not ready for some more action on the field this week? I am. That's why I've partnered up with DraftKings Sportsbook, an official partner of the NFL, and they have you covered. New customers can bet just $5 and get $200 in bonus bets instantly. It's that simple. Download the DraftKings app now and sign up using my promo code Philly500. That's right. New customers bet just $5 and get $200 in bonus bets instantly. And listen, if you really want to put some skin in the game, try same game parlays, where you combine multiple bets from the same game for a shot at even bigger payouts. I love same game parlays. And if sports betting is not yet available in your state, don't worry about it. They got you covered. You can still get in on the action with DraftKings Daily Fantasy Sports. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now. New customers use my promo code Philly500 to bet just $5 on any wager and get $200 in bonus bets instantly. That's promo code Philly500 only at DraftKings Sportsbook.
Once again, I'd like to thank DraftKings Sportsbook for sponsoring today's video. And remember, use promo code Philly500. Bet $5, get $200 instantly in bonus bets. But that's promo code Philly500.
Big NFC East showdown for the Eagles as they try to get to 7-1 and sweep the Washington Commanders, no names, whatever you want to call them. They may have a new name. They may have a new owner. But the truth is, they got the same old smell. They stink, stank, stunk. Dallas still stinks. Yo, by the way, King Dingbat here. Hope everybody's having a great day. Hope you guys are doing well. Hope you're hanging in there. So the Eagles got a big NFC East matchup versus the Washington Commanders. How I hate to say that stupid name, but the Eagles could take out the broom and sweep Washington with a win. Now, the Eagles are coming off their best win of the season, and Washington we'll probably say their second most disappointing loss. Two teams headed in two different directions, but the Eagles, they've got to be ready to play. They can't sleep on Washington. We got to get the victory, then we got to let Howie Roseman work by the trade deadline. Now, before we get into all of it, if you're new to the channel and you like the content, make sure you hit that like button. More importantly, make sure you subscribe to the most censored, the most throttled, Eagles content creator in all of the internet. And if you've been subscribed for a while, I just want to thank you so much for all the support you give to me. It truly means a lot. Now, as you guys know, we got a game this weekend versus Washington, but we're also going to be thinking about the trade deadline that's approaching. October 31st, Halloween night. Are you going to dress up? I might have to go as Howie Roseman, especially if he pulls off a humongous trade. We think Howie Roseman is looking to do something else. Will he get it done? We don't know. But there are a lot of rumors flying, and one of the names I want to talk about is Derrick Henry. There's been a lot of talk about Derrick Henry getting traded. It sounds like he's going to go somewhere. But now, besides the Eagles as being one of those teams that could get him, now we're hearing that the big old Dallas Cowboys, Jerry Jones, 6,300 years old. Happy birthday, Jerry Jones, on being 6,310 years old. It's his birthday, 3,615 years old. Happy birthday. But it looks like the Cowboys, at least through the rumors, could be interested in Derrick Henry. And I find this to be a very interesting potential trade. And I don't think it would have the impact Derrick Henry would have on the Eagles if he was to go to the Cowboys. But here's the report. The Pound Cowboys are sleeper team to trade for Pound Titan star Derrick Henry per at Tony Pauline. Quote, the belief from many is Henry would end up in the NFC East with the Pound Cowboys if Tennessee is willing to eat some money remaining on Henry's contract. Via at SK Pro Football. Now, if Derrick Henry was to go to Dallas, would this change the power within the NFC East? That's the question. And the answer is absolutely not. The Eagles would still be the team to beat. The Eagles would still be better than Dallas. And I'm not going to lie to you. I think that if Derrick Henry was to go to the Dallas Cowboys, I'm just saying it from a rival's perspective. This is a rival's point of view. Okay? We're talking about it because Dallas is a rival in their division, and we're both pursuing possibly the same player. But Derrick Henry on the Dallas Cowboys could help them in certain situations. Yes. Hey, you're winning the game. It's the fourth quarter. Yeah, maybe he can help you run the clock out. But the problems that I see with the Dallas Cowboys really are at the wide receiver and tight end position. The Cowboys, instead of going out and getting another running back, I think their running backs are more than capable. The Cowboys really need to go out and get another wide receiver. I think a guy like a Courtland Sutton would actually be a bigger impact on the Dallas Cowboys than a Derrick Henry. Derrick Henry would fit much better with the Eagles because the Eagles don't have a receiver problem like the Cowboys or to the same level. But the Eagles, they need somebody in the red zone that can run the ball. I think Dallas with Pollard and what they got, I think they should be okay. So to me, this Derrick Henry move to Dallas, in my opinion, is only to make headlines. It would only to be something that the Cowboys could say, hey, see, we did something. I don't know how it would help to the level Henry would help like the Eagles. I think Dallas, as long as they don't go out and get Devontae Adams or even Courtland Sutton or somebody like that, to me, they're going to have the same problem. But I thought it was interesting. I wanted to talk about it really, really quick. Now, as far as the Eagles go in this game, here's the injury report going into the game for the Eagles. Defensive tackle Jordan Davis, injury hamstring. He hurt this in Thursday's practice, I believe they said it was, or one of the practices he hurt his hamstring. He did not practice, and he is questionable to play. To me, not practicing today, questionable. I have a feeling the Eagles are going to sit him. It just would make sense. Dallas on the horizon. The Eagles think they could beat Washington without him. They did this with the Jets. I think they're going to try to do this again. They're going to try to sit him, I think. But right now he's questionable. Hope is that he can go. Cornerback Bradley Roby, he did not practice. He's out, which means to me, hopefully, Eli Ricks gets more opportunities to go out there and play. Cornerback James Bradbury, linebacker Zach Cunningham, ankles. They both were back at practice limited. They're expected to play. And then Reed Blankenship and Milton Williams, full practice. They're expected to play as well. So the Eagles are slowly getting people back. It seems like we get two back, one gets injured. Two back, one gets injured. But I think in the long term, Jordan Davis will be fine. Whether or not he plays this week, we'll see. And it's a shame because this might be the week, if you're a defensive lineman, you want to play. The Washington Commanders and Sam Howell are on a record pace to give up the most sacks in NFL history. I think he's averaging right now like 5 sacks a game. I think the Giants had a bunch of sacks on him last week. And to me, if you're the Eagles defense, I think this is a different defense that played Washington earlier in the year. I think they're playing a little different. I think they kind of are comfortable playing with each other now at this point. The last 3 games defensively, Sean Desai has done a really, really good job. So I don't expect the Eagles defense to regress. I think the Eagles will be able to stop the run, although if Jordan Davis is out, that will hamper that. And if you're Washington, you really need to run the ball. You really need to get your run game going, because if you don't get your run game going, I think the Eagles are going to tee off on you. Hassan Reddick has been hot of lately. Josh Sweat been hot. Jalen Carter. This could be a situation where the Eagles get anywhere from 4 to 6 sacks this game. And the one thing that Sam Howell does is he holds the ball too long. I'm sorry. When I see what you did against the high-power offense of the Dolphins, and I look at that, I say there's no reason why you shouldn't be able to shut down Sam Howell. The Eagles need to come out, don't give him a lot of respect, and attack him. Let him make mistakes. Let him hold the ball too long. But I think The guy, of course, that you have to worry about, in my opinion, on Washington, a guy who always seems like he has a good game, is Terry McLaurin. McLaurin always has a good game. Curtis Samuel, those guys are good receivers. They got a good tight end, and yeah, you're going to need to stop them. But like the Miami game, you stop them at the head, the snake. You know, you always chop the head off of the snake. That's where you get them, and that's what I expect the Eagles to do. They should be able to tee off on Howell. They should be able to stop the run, force him to throw, and I don't think Sam Howell has nearly the game he has. He had week 2 when we went into overtime, or not week 2, but when they played, what week did they play Washington? What was that week 4, right? So to me, this is not the same team Washington saw earlier in the year. The Eagles are playing much better, especially on defense. And one weird thing, and I don't know what it is, but for some reason, the Eagles always play better against Washington, in Maryland. They always do. While Washington always seems to play us tough in Philly. So I think the Eagles' defense is a different defense. I expect them to give Sam Howell a hard time. I really do. And then as far as the Eagles' offense, you know, Jalen Hurts, all the talk about Jalen Hurts is his knee. He's injured. He's not even on the injury report, okay? So he must be okay. A.J.Brown, if he has over 125 yards this week, will set an all-time record for the most consecutive games over 125 yards. He's already tied with Megatron. So if he has a big game this week, which I expect that he's going to, he will break the record. I think that the Eagles, of course, it's their offensive line versus Washington's defensive line. That's their strength of the team. However, the Eagles were able to light up Washington. I don't expect anything different. I think the Eagles will be able to move the ball fairly well. Although, you know, the last 3-4 weeks, I think we've been under 100 yards rushing in each game. I think part of that is just the Eagles' overall commitment to running the ball. And one of the reasons why I think going out and getting a Derrick Henry to complement DeAndre Swift would be such a great move. But the Eagles, they should be able to move the ball, especially through the air, and they're going to have to score in the red zone. You score in the red zone, this game is a blowout. It really is. So I think the Eagles are the far superior team to Washington. I don't think Washington's playing good football. I think the Eagles are getting better every week. When I look at the score of this game, I think you're going to see a lot of sacks. Hopefully the Eagles won't turn over the ball so much. And I really think the Eagles are going to win this game 31-13. For whatever reason, we play Washington much better in Maryland than we do at home. And I think the Eagles sweep Washington. I think they beat them 31-13. And then we're going to get ready for the Dallas Cowboys. Oh, and we're going to have the trade deadline to get ready for as well. Let me know your opinion on this game, what you guys are thinking. Put your score in the comment section. With that said, yeah, I will be streaming Eagles Sunday, and then I will be doing a doubleheader with the Niners and the Bengals. I don't think Purdy's going to play. We'll see if the 49ers go down again. With that said, take care. Talk to you later. Of course, don't be a dingbat. Remember, it's Howie Vision, baby. We're all just living in it. Two guys that I wanted to talk about this video, but I kind of forgot to, that I want to mention real quick. Kevin Byard. I want to see how much he plays. I have a feeling he's going to play quite a lot. He should be almost like a seamless transition for us at safety. But if he gives up some plays here or there, you got to give him time to adjust. Okay, I'm just putting that out there now. And also, I said I think A.J.Brown is going off this weekend. I think he's going to set the record for the most yards, consecutive over 125 yards. I think Devontae Smith will also go over 100 yards this week. I think the Eagles will have 2 wide receivers over 100 yards this week. I feel really good about that. Devontae Smith is like a volcano ready to explode. Okay, pause. But he is. And it's either going to be this week or Dallas that he is going to go off. Denzel Washington out.